This is the 426 stroker that's going in the car. And in the mix, you know, everything in here is also good. I have my Johnson lifters. We're going to be using a Demon Performance camshaft.
Alright y'all, we up here at Jack 5 Performance. I went ahead and got the old motor stripped down. I saved y'all the hassle of watching that. And I've got all the new sensors and everything else on the new motor. Went ahead and got the flex plate on it before I put it on the engine stand. We're getting it set up, about to get this thing dressed up, and I'll get back to y'all in just a minute. Alright y'all, we're making some progress. We got the oil filter mount on there. We got the new oil pump and the timing chain. The motor is not timed yet. We'll get to that soon. One thing I did want to show y'all though, with a 426 stroker like he's got here, there's one thing you want to check before you put your oil pan on. This windage tray is made for a stock stroke. So what we're going to do here, we're going to set this thing down and we're going to put 4 bolts in. We're going to put 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and slowly turn this crank over and make sure that all of your connecting rods are going to clear your windage tray here. Alright y'all, we got the windage tray here on the motor, just 4 bolts finger tight. We're not trying to go anything crazy. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this flywheel and I'm going to slowly turn the motor over and make sure that it's going to clear in all of the places here on these connecting rods. So we'll start and we're just going to slowly go and watch. And I'm not seeing any contact yet. No contact. And right there I'm seeing somewhere where it's lifting this windage tray up. So it's this connecting rod number 2 right there, and it's bumping, barely bumping, but we don't want that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my Sharpie, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna grind down just a little bit right here and just make this connecting rod slide right through there real nice and smooth. That connecting rod bolt is gonna tap the windage tray right there. All right, Jack, so what are we looking at here?
Okay, so what we just did was we opened up the phaser because the hole right here across from the dial pin is actually an oil passage, but once you lock these things out, you don't really technically use the oil passages anymore. I drill them out for the 7/16 or 7/32, correction, and then same thing on the cam. Drill the oil passage through for the 7/32, and then obviously make sure you clean it out really good, so that way whenever you go to put the phaser on, you don't have any problems with it trying to rotate on the cam. It's like, this is a good example of it, and it's kind of a coincidence that it was just sitting here, but if that pin shears off the cam, this is kind of what happens to it. It shears off, and then the remaining bit of it starts eating into the phaser. And obviously it throws the timing off as soon as that happens. And as soon as the timing goes off, it starts bending valves and push rods and essentially destroying everything. So I always throw a second pin in there, a little bit larger than the factory pin, just to make it a little bit stronger and to reassure that something like that won't happen anymore.
All right, so what is that, Jack?
This is just assembly lube, so that way whenever you go to do your first fire up, it's not just starting dry, metal on metal, kind of pretty much just like thick oil.
All right.
Everything pushed through. We're going to just kind of move it all around the journals and the lobes, make sure they're all lubed up.
All right.
Just kind of want to be careful not to scar any of the journals inside of here as they're going in.
Right.
They kind of taper from smallest to biggest. As you go in, like that right there, right there, and then almost there. I usually just use the cam bolt itself to help kind of push it in there. You have to rotate it.
Give it a little spin in action.
Yeah. Pass the journal. There we go.
There it goes, pops right in.
Now you can put the cam thrust plate on here and put the phaser back on, you're good to go. That second pin obviously is going to kind of be a little bit of a reassurance. Make sure that you're not going to spin that out, because if this right here was to be tight, you'd have a very big issue. It would shear that off right there. And wipe the whole phaser out, throw the cam off. As soon as your timer goes off, the valves are going to start bending, your push rods are going to start bending. You'll start just self-destructing essentially.
All right. We are back, y'all. What y'all looking at is a fully timed 426 stroker. We got the timing done, that second cam pin done, the VVT lockout is in, tensioners are in. I did end up taking the oil pump off, but that will be going back on shortly. We're gonna get the timing cover and the oil pan on this baby, and the heads are next.
I would have made it back up here to Jack Fab. Got my ice tank pump upgrades. We got the man, the myth, the legend right here. Oh man. We got Jack and the guys over here working on Herman's body in white, which is really awesome. Motor is in here. Guys actually hooked it up and went ahead and started tearing it all apart for me. This is that block with that chipped piston. For whoever wanted to know exactly what it was that had happened, coolant, the car overheated, number one, and I was in the middle of a pool. My thermostat, I don't think was reading correctly, or there just wasn't any flow. Car overheated, I did a pull, it got really hot, popped that ring, and it chipped the piston. Everything else in the motor is fine. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna get that bore resurfaced, you know, rehoned, and then new pistons all the way through, different crank, all that stuff. This is the 426 stroker kit, or stroker motor. Grayson hooked it up. He went ahead and, you know, he got the oil pickup in, they got the new camshaft installed, the timing chain and the rocker and everything is all inside of there. You can see all the, you know, pistons and stuff. I can go ahead and put the Johnson lifters in there, but besides that, you know, here's the ATI lower. That's what's going on there. We're going to be waiting for the heads to come back so we can measure for some new push rods, and I mean that's pretty much it. He got the oil pan and the timing cover all, you know, cleaned up. We're going to be changing out the front main seal and all the other gaskets, but other than that, we're on our way. Car's, you know, gonna be together here fairly soon. I'm excited for it, so we can go out there and make a lot of, you know, awesome videos and content and get to share the car and experience with you guys. So there's my baby, man, sitting over here all alone, no motor in it. This is the pumps that I was talking about. These are EMP W29, yeah, WP29 pump. I'm gonna be running one. So I don't think the pump in here is bad, but my wires did somehow, yeah, you can see it burnt up. But I want to have this 90 on there anyway, because you can see how pushed back the fittings are now. So having these 90s in there for the drain and then for the feed is going to be a lot better. And then I'm going to reroute it so that it is flowing downwards instead of going up. I'm also going to be getting rid of the heat exchanger in the car. I'm going to be getting rid of the main front B Woody heat exchanger, since it is damaged and everything from me hitting a curb. But yeah, looks like they're mounting up for catch cam. Woo! You excited? Ooh, I'm a slick.
That's it. The fat guy over there dipping.
Quick, screw that screw in there. Straight down from the top
You gotta
right
have
there.
two goddamn screws.
I got a Chuck. Hang on.
Dang.
I got an actual.
How you doing, man? I ain't seen you in a minute.
Hey, how are you, brother?
Hanging in there.
Hey, Chris, you gotta watch that dude. He'll run your mirror over.
Oh, no,
On
no,
your
no,
car.
no, 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 not me. Man, you got a Momo steering wheel up in here?
Man, I'm low riding.
Is that what you riding with? Is a Momo?
I'm the real deal.
You got it, man.
Man,
I got it.
they got it all center mounted up and everything. That's looking good.
That's it.
Yep.
That is.
Hope that is.
Maybe put some rubber behind it so it don't. Or something. I don't know. It's good where it is. I'm just saying.
I know.
Jack done got most
Everybody
of it.
knows how to do something,
Sure.
right?
It'll work, no. Alright guys, so we got some new tires. I got something special I'm going to be showing you guys in this coming week that I'm really excited to share with y'all. And we were up here helping out Herman as far as, you know, trying to help them find bolts and pulleys and other stuff for his car. That's going to be a really interesting build. If you guys haven't already, check out his YouTube channel, Demonology. I'll link it over here in whichever corner. He's building one badass car for, you know, roadkill nights where they're going to go up there and race and hopefully make the shop look good. Go out there and win a few. So but other than that, man, as far as like with my car, waiting on the machine shop for the heads, and once those are in, then we'll be able to proceed and go ahead and move forward, you know, with everything else. They already got most of the motor all wrapped up. All that has to be done now is, you know, front main seal, ATI lower, go ahead and throw on the oil pan, and, you know, the lifters, all that stuff. So
We are back, y'all. Looks a little different since the last time y'all seen it. It's got the timing cover on it and oil pan on it. There's one thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. Right behind here is the oil pump. It's very important to get a new oil pump when you grenade a motor like Lucky has. That oil pump, you're not going to get all the shrapnel and metal debris out of it without taking it apart. And we're not going to take the old one apart. We're just going to put a new one in it like we did. It's got the brand new oil pump in there. And like I said, it's very important that it gets that new one, just because you don't know what's in that old one, and we don't want all that old metal inside the new motor. So we're getting ready to put the lifters and the lifter trays in, and the heads are next. But I just want to show y'all what the motor looks like with that timing cover and oil pan on it. So there we go. I'll get back to y'all when we're about to put them heads on.
not a whole bunch left there on the short block. All the sensors are pretty much all plugged in, besides, you know, the stuff that plugs into the, you know, water pump and the front cover and all that shit. But besides that, the short block can be thrown into the car, and, you know, after that, all that's left is the heads and putting the blower and everything else back on. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited, you know, for the rebuild and the, you know, difference it's going to be. As y'all saw, we were up here with Chris and Travis, and we were over here, you know, joking and chopping it up with those guys. They have some really badass builds also. And Chris's car is actually the one that inspired me to, you know, keep my 2.4 blower and go out there and try to show everybody what that can do. I mean, we'll see what happens with the car. Hopefully it isn't down for much longer and I get to keep on making, you know, awesome videos for you guys. There's a lot that goes into this that people don't see, and I'm trying to do my best to show everybody what's going on behind the scenes and the process and the struggles and the pains. There's going to be people out here that don't like what I'm doing, and that's fine. It's not your money, it's not your car, and there's a lot of people out here, even more people out here, that love what I'm doing and want to see us, you know, progress and be successful. So I'm gonna not pay any mind to the negativity, only focus on all the positive. You know, that's very selfish of me to, you know, give, you know, all the haters and haters and naysayers attention, when I really need to be paying attention to all the supporters and all the love out here that we're, you know, getting towards, you know, the build and me progressing with my, you know, I'll say, I guess, car career or whatever. But I appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. Hopefully the car will be up and running by then. I can't promise anything, but y'all know me, I'm a grind and work until I can, you know, make sure I make it happen. So this has been Boosted Lucky, and I'll catch you guys on another upload.